So I got a story time for you. What's up? Seems kind of crazy, but posting up in the dirt.
Oh, you're way.
Stand and watch, yeah. They're gonna be stupid tonight. I'm gonna catch them. But yeah, there's been somebody coming to our house a couple nights ago at 1 o'clock. So the night that I just showed you, first night we went out there was after the door knocking. I heard something, so I came downstairs, check it out. My son looked outside, there was nobody there, and they were already on guard. So then we went outside and looked around the block and nothing. About 3 o'clock last night, they came pounding on the door and threw something out the window, then tried to get in the back door. Last night was trying to predict, trying to wait around and see if someone was going to come up. It's 3:22. Nothing happened, which is a good. Yeah. Anyway, so when we went, sat out there, we sat out in the open. We're very visible. It's because we wanted, if people were coming by, to see us. Anyway, when we went, sat our chairs out there, like me and my son, he's like, "Oh, it's a great father and son bonding moment." And I laughed a little. The reason I laughed a little bit, and I told him, I was like, this is very similar to me and your grandpa. Like me and your grandpa sort of had a moment like this as well. Like, oh yeah? I was like, yeah, grandpa on your mom's side. And it was like a very similar reason to what happened tonight. But the story is far worse. Going back probably about 22 years ago. Yeah, about 22 years ago, because I was telling him, I was staying at his grandparents' house with his mom. And I don't remember where everybody went, but everybody left. So it was just me there. And I was babysitting. I had my son there, not the babysitting part with my son, you know. Then there's like 5 to 7 kids anyway, but the range was from 2 years old to 7 years old. And there's quite a few of them. So they're just like chilling in a house, and a couple hours later, I happened to peek outside because I was like wondering, where's everybody at? Why are they taking so long? But then I noticed like a group of freaking people of like 5 or no, it was like 7 people coming down, and they all had clubs, and I was like, oh, I wonder where they're going. Oh my god, they had clubs. And so I was peeking out the window and looking, watching them, and they start coming up into the yard where I'm at. And so when they got closer, I noticed who they were. Like, they're older folks, but they're older folks who had drama with that side of the family. And there's like retaliation going on. Like, they'll do something and someone will do something to them. And it was like very, very small. But anyway, these people had the audacity to come rolling up, 7 people deep, all carrying clubs, and it was just me and 5 to 7 kids. So I opened up the kitchen window. I was, hey, what the hell y'all doing? And they're like, it's like, we're gonna come mess y'all up, and not in them words, but basically that's what they're yelling. I was like, man, you ain't gotta come here. It's just me here and a freaking bunch of little kids. Like, I'm babysitting here. There ain't nobody here. Like, we don't care. We're gonna come there and mess everything up, and if you're in there, you're gonna get messed up too. And all them kids. I was freaking shocked. And I was like, no. And like the kids heard it, so they're like getting scared. Oh my god, you know, just imagine all these little kids. Oh my god, all these people, and they seen the people, and they came to all these different entrances, and I ran to lock both doors. And so they're hitting at the doors, and all the kids are like all, you know, really, really scared. And they have every right to be really, really scared. And so I went to all the kids, and I was like, don't cry, don't scream, don't cry, don't scream, don't cry. I was like, just stand here. I'm not going to let nothing happen to you guys. All right, so just stay calm. It's like, hopefully they'll just leave. I'm kind of rushing around looking for weapons. Looking for a weapon. No bats, no clubs. I wasn't about to use no knife. I didn't want to kill nobody or hurt anybody badly. Yeah, so I went and looked in all the rooms, couldn't find nothing. And they start busting windows, and of course when the windows start busting, the kids start screaming again. So at that time I was like downstairs, and I came running up and I looked and I yelled at the people, get the hell out of here. And they're trying to get in. And of course, like, the windows were up higher, so they couldn't even jump up and crawl in. Anyway, in the back, the rooms were on a second story, but they found a ladder, so they threw a ladder up there, and I heard that window break, and there's a person up there trying to get in. So I ran up there, then I pushed them off, then I pushed the ladder down. Then all the people heard that, so they all came in the back. And they're all yelling around at some stuff at me, and I was yelling back, and I was like, man, just freaking leave, get the hell out of here. And so my mind processed, like, it's like, all right, if they're all back here coming in and they're not listening to my reason, like, get the hell out of here, like, there's nothing here, we have nothing here. And they didn't care. I ran out of the room, went downstairs again where the kids were, and I told all the kids, it's like, all right, we're gonna get out of here. It's like, we gotta go, all these people are gonna be coming in. I was like, but y'all gonna be safe. I'm like, don't worry, you guys are gonna be safe, okay? Y'all hear me? You're gonna be safe. And they're like, yeah. Imagine all them little faces, like, worried, scared, but like feeling assured. They're like, yeah, okay, yeah. I was like, all right, so stay behind me. Like, now open up the front door, double check, make sure no one was out there. Then I closed the door again, and I told them, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna open the door. There's nobody out here. They're all on the back. They're all trying to come in, and this is like happening in seconds, because like I gotta get them out of there before they start getting in the house. So this is all like happening super fast. And so I tell them, I was like, all right, so this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna open this door. Then you all start running for the side of the road and run to the neighbor's house. The neighbors are home. So we run in there, go run to the door, knock on the door, get inside, tell them what's going on, and call the cops. And I'll be right behind you, making sure no one comes after us, okay? And they're like, yeah. All right, so then I open up the door, check again, nobody's back there. I was like, all right, let's start going. Be quiet, just run. And they start running. Get to the end of the road and turn and start going, and I'm out there. Then by that time, I start seeing them coming down the stairs from inside, and they didn't come after us. All they did was just start busting up everything. I could hear TVs breaking, windows shattering, freaking glass breaking, all sorts of stuff, and clubbing going on. And so I just made sure and get the kids to the next door, and I like stood watch and made sure the homeowner next door, they called the cops. And it wasn't that long. All of a sudden I started seeing them all leaving the house, and they took off. And then by that time, that's when the family start coming home, and they're like, oh no, why you guys over here? It's like, man, people broke in the house, had to tell them what's going on. And I felt bad. I felt super bad. And they're like, well, I was like, why do you feel bad? I was like, because I didn't protect the house. It's like they broke in, they broke everything. And so my son's grandpa like reassured me at that point, and I think he was like in his late 30s, maybe early 40s. But anyway, he reassured me and told me, he's like, oh man, he's like, you ain't gotta be feeling bad about anything. What you did was good. It's like, you protected all of them kids, you got them to safety. That's what's important. Like, with all of that stuff inside the house, that all can be replaced. And I was like, all right. Like, so yeah, then we all went inside, checked out the damage, everything worth something. Like, it was all broken. It was horrible. He's like, oh my God, when we were checking inside the house, it's like, why didn't you grab a weapon or the gun or something? It's like, I don't know where none of that stuff was. He's like, oh yeah, I never showed you. So then he's like, come on, come downstairs. And he went into the closet, and he had like this part, pulled it down. He's like, this is where the gun's at. These are where the bat's at. All the stuff protect the house was right there, hidden. I never knew about it. He's like, man, I should have told you. It's like, it's all right. Like, I didn't really want to hurt nobody. But yeah, it was like, yeah, they just kept on coming. So then how that was relatable it was like a real bonding moment in a way. Because me, his grandpa, his grandma's brother, we all stayed out there in a yard. And we're having some beers. We ended up waiting out there for hours and hours. No one came. Nothing ever happened like that again. But man, it's just crazy that people, to what extent people go to intimidate or pay back, or like, yeah, they're threatening just me and those kids. Like, how freaking crazy and stupid was it? That was res life, living on a reservation in Cass Lake. Yeah. So that's my story. Yeah.